Armored Core What If? What if Nineball was never killed? The all-powerful AI created to guide humanity to a better future. We know in lore Nineball's AI is destroyed thanks to the efforts of two ravens. However, what if they both had failed? What if this AI was allowed to keep going with its master's plan? For this what if, I propose it begins at 2 points. The first point being at the end of the original Armored Core game, while the second point is at the end of Armored Core Master of Arena. I will explain why I believe this now. As the Nineball AI in the original Armored Core game only needed to get rid of the Raven of that time when he became a threat to its plan and a rogue element it could not control. As for the second starting point, the Nineball AI in Armored Core Master Arena used the Raven of its time like a pawn until it pushed the AI to its limits, resulting in the use of Nineball Zeref. So with the scene set, what happens when Nineball wins? To start off, the Raven of the original Armored Core is killed at Raven's headquarters, be it by the defenses or the two Nineball Armored Cores. After this, the Nineball AI wipes out the Raven's data from the Raven's nest and any other records it can, making them vanish from the world. Meanwhile, the second Raven of Master of Arena is killed at the final battle with Nineball Zeref, resulting in this mad half of the AI going wild with power. This said, depending on your own thoughts on the matter, it is possible to have two ways to where this goes. One is the AI simply goes back to being itself, but the other is that we see a split in the Nineball AI, where one part of the Nineball AI becomes a destructive monster, while the other part keeps its original role as administrator, keeping the people of the underground in check. In this second scenario, I believe it leads to a war between the two parts of the AI, where the two now clash over their own ideas of how to best help humanity. The war between Chrome and Murakuma would still be in full swing, as it's already in motion. However, now the appearance of Nineball Armored Cores and Nineball Zeref is becoming more common in battles, as each side is trying to push the balance of the war in its own way, with the administrative side of Nineball using the Raven's Nest as its own personal attack force, throwing ravens at its rogue counterpart and the corporations to keep the balance of powers. Meanwhile, the destructive monster Nineball AI is now rampaging across the underground cities, trying to wipe everything out, attacking by itself with ravens or muscle tracers it can produce. It leads to total chaos as Chrome and Murakuma are now being attacked not only by each other, but also this unknown force that seems to want nothing more than their deaths. It's a war that leads to either two outcomes. The first is an alliance between Chrome and Murakuma, who along with the administrator Nineball AI, all focus their efforts on the rogue AI, and after many great losses and many ravens dead, the corporations survive. However, this leaves both corporations in such a weak state that the administrative AI of Nineball is able to control them better, leading to the balance of powers being achieved. But this is perhaps the more hopeful ending, as more than likely the second outcome of this scenario is what would happen, given Armored Core's history. In this scenario, Chrome and Murakuma refuse to alliance, and both end up fighting on two fronts, each other and this new foe which can rip through their forces easily. They cannot rely on ravens either, as their numbers are dwindling thanks to being sent out by Raven headquarters on suicide missions to stop Nineball Zeref forces and any corporation force that it deems dangerous. The war between all four sides costs hundreds if not millions of lives, as both corporations become desperate, throwing all they have at each other and this foe. However, this only ends with them going under, thanks to either this new rogue Nineball's forces crushing them, or by the administrative Nineball AI determining the only way to beat its rogue half is to obtain all the power it can. So it needs the factories, muscle tracers, and resources of the two corporations to do so. Eventually, this all leads to the underground cities in ruin from this war. Chrome and Murakuma gone, and ravens are so few in number that they can be counted on one hand. But while the administrative Nineball AI is able to defeat its rogue self, the damage is too great, and now it has to start again with its plan, like it did with the first Great Destruction, resulting in this hard reset for humanity once again. Before I go, I will talk about the final way one could look at this what if. The idea that the AI simply goes back to being itself. There is no split in AI, and Nineball's AI H1 simply goes on as it was. So it defeats the ravens, and now has more time to simply focus on its tasks and controlling itself. This means all future threats are dealt with quicker. After all, it does not want to go through this again. As such, any ravens who seem to be uncontrollable are killed on mission by the Nineball Armored Corps, who claim to have been hired by Raven's headquarters to take out a raven breaking the laws of their contract. With this in motion, controlling the outcome of the war between Chrome and Murakuma without rogue elements is an easier task for the AI too, as one side will never have the advantage of this special raven. The war can be shortened or prolonged by the AI for as long as it needs to balance out the powers, or take them both out if it needs to. Overall, the underground world goes on, with the AI controlling them for as long as it can, or until someone else tries to take it down.